Hi, Arun. Welcome to the season 2 of Fed podcast. This year, Fed is happening in 4 cities Bangalore, Delhi, Pune, Bombay, although not in that order. We're starting with Pune first. So, welcome, and it's very good to have you here.
Thanks a lot, Akshay. Pleasure to be here.
Could you please tell us about yourself to our audience?
Okay. My name is Arun Pillai. We are part of the Raks family. We're partners there. Raks is a Fed hypermarket and a grooming studio. Currently, the 21st outlet is going to be opened in another couple of weeks' time. And as part of the initiative, as part of our coming into the picture, Ronit, Arun and I will lead the expansion in Pan India. That's the whole focus at this point of time, is to grow it beyond what it was before.
Got it. So where is Roms and Raks present as of now?
It's a Kerala-based brand initially. We have, as I said, the 21st outlet opening up, 17 outlets in Kerala. Every district, the main city or town, we have a presence there. In Bangalore, we have currently 2. The third one happening soon. One in Koramangala and one in Hebbal. Other 2 outlets that we have. Hopefully, we'll have more over the next 6 months to a year.
Superb. So you've always been in Kerala and recently started in Bangalore, am I right?
The brand was always been in Kerala.
Right.
That's how we started in 2018. I think the first store was October 27th, 2018. Is when Ronnie and Radhakrishnan started the first store in Kochi. So that's where we started.
And when did you guys enter Bangalore?
Bangalore was a year and a half. Back in first one in Koramangala, and then now in Hebbal 6 months back, and now in Whitefield.
So how come from Kerala to Bangalore? What made you choose Bangalore as the location to move out of Kerala?
No, so I think there are 2 reasons to that. One is Bangalore is a very good pet market. A lot of people have pets there. I think probably from my data, if I'm wrong, if I'm correct, is the city with second largest pet population in the country. So Bangalore is definitely a market. You need to be there. And the other is proximity to Kerala is a very important factor when you're taking a step outside. And of course, proximity is, you don't want to be closer to your base camps, and that way Bangalore helped as well. But growth-wise, we definitely see Bangalore, Telangana. These are some of the markets that people definitely be going very soon.
Got it. And you feel that Bangalore, even after being the tech hub, a retail store would do as well as it does in Kerala? I'm sure that the likes of Blinkit, Zepto and all are massive competitors.
True. I think the difference that we've seen between Kerala and Bangalore is customers are hesitant to drive out because of probably the traffic conditions or other situations. So they generally don't want to come out and buy. That's probably why the companies which you mentioned earlier are doing well in their own space. But at the same time, our differentiator has always been grooming. So we've focused and put a lot of effort in our grooming services that we've offered for the last 7 years. And I think that's where parents come back with their dogs or with their cats. And that's why we still have people walking in. And we also provide pickup and drop service as well in some of the locations.
I think you can also tell us about what you said, that Roms and Raks is a hyper pet store. So what does that entail? Like you mentioned that you guys do grooming. So apart from retail, what all services do you cover?
Yeah, so as a brand, we actually have 3 divisions within that. One is the importing company, which does exclusively import certain products from Ireland and Europe, where food products and shampoos and conditioners. One from the House of Kika, which is the Toro line and Nature's Protection. And the food, we also import Go Native from Ireland and Leader as well. So those are some of the products that we import. As the brand, Roms and Raks, as a retail outlet, what we do is we carry all products, okay? Not just our products, every product that a customer needs, we want that to be there on our shelves. 2 is we provide boarding services, whether that be day boarding or overnight boarding, both services we provide. not large facilities, smaller, specialized, very small numbers for dogs and cats to come and stay with us for a few days or a few hours. And then we have the grooming service, which has been a key factor. So to support that grooming demand and the grooming services, and to bring in consistency in the service that we are providing in grooming, we've actually created a grooming academy now, Raks Grooming Academy. Knowledge partner is from Toro. They support us. Their trainers come down from Europe, part of the training program. We have a certification understanding with National Skill Development Council. So we provide certifications to the participants as well. And our batches have started coming out in that space.
Right. So, and you have this training academy in Kerala or in Bangalore?
We have one in Kerala right now. We are working with a partner right now in Bangalore to expand that in Bangalore as well. Probably to some other states as well where there's interest in the grooming academy.
Very interesting. And you see students signing up themselves, or do you have people that you scout for who you want to train?
So we have both mix of people that sign up for. The advantage for some of the students who come in is they get an employment immediately, because we ourselves observe a lot of the students that come out because of what we are doing and how we are expanding.
Right.
But at the same time, there are people, let's say from Chennai, who've come in and studied, and where we don't have any presence in Tamil Nadu, but have come and studied and have gone back and have done themselves, so continue to work where they are or started their own business in this area. But yeah, we we look out for students. We've been talking to partners to identify the right skills.
We would like to know that where would these students get placed, what would they do after their course with you guys?
So the first batch of students, I think the 25% of them went back from where they came.
Right.
Some of them we have incorporated, taken them into Bangalore operations with the new store opening up as well. A lot of the students, some of them we have sent from our own stores for retraining as part of their own skill sets of development. For example, one of the cleaners in our store wanted to become a groomer, so we sent him back into the academy. Now he's coming out of the academy as a trained groomer, so that we're able to improve their skill set as well and get them into better paying jobs.
And how long does it take for a person to learn this skill?
I think it's around 32 days is the initial skills program,
right.
And then different levels are there depending on what your area comes.
And I assume the students have to pay for the course.
There is a fee associated with it. We are trying to work with partners, impact partners, who could help subsidize some of the payments for the students as well, and take up some other costs as well for it.
Cool. So we've understood about what Wrongs and Raks does, how it started. I'm very keen to know, how did the name come into existence? Like, what does Wrongs and Raks mean actually?
I would want to really sound very cool and say this is the reason that, but very simple. Ronnie Matthews is wrong, and Radhakrishnan is the Raks part of it. But yeah, so there's no other the history story. But then the interesting thing is, you've met Ronnie, right? He's a high in energy, aspirational businessman, young guy, and Radhakrishnan is a very mature artist. Okay, he's just brilliant drawings, brilliant artist. So he loves to look at the dogs that he has groomed or he's worked on. Looks at it, brilliant combination. But I think that's a combination that came through.
So
they are friends.
How did an artist land up in a pet store?
They are friends. That's how they started the first store in 2018. And that's how it came up, because the first time I asked Ronnie as well, is there something really cool story that we can say, this is how we created this brand name? So is it nothing, Ronnie Matthews and Radhakrishnan, that's all.
Yeah, so I think that's very interesting, because immediately when you hear the name, the first thought that came to my mind is probably that it's the name of the dogs. But
no, it's not. It's not. Name of the owners. And Ronnie is a pet lover, Radhakrishnan, both are pet lovers. But it's not that pet's name, it's their own name.
Interesting. So I think PetFed shares a similar story in terms of how the name came to being. PetFed actually doesn't mean anything as such. When we started PetFed, we wanted a name to be cool. Obviously, it's a festival, so we wanted a catchy name that people could say easily. Right. And our inspiration was Comic Con. Okay. So we thought that, okay, pet has to be there, like the way comic is there. So we wanted something to rhyme with pet and just be plugged in Fed. Right. That's about it.
Right.
The full form came later, which
Sometimes
was
it's
Pet
better to keep it simple, right? Rather than complicated with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool, superb. So Arun, tell us about yourself. Roms and Raks was started by Ronnie and Radhakrishnan.
And Tarun now.
And Tarun. You recently became part of the company. What were you doing before this?
So mine has been a very typical journey, which is engineering graduate. Did my engineering in Kerala. Decided to work for Reliance for a year and a half. Then decided to do my masters. Went off to the US. Studied in Canada. Worked with Government of Ontario for almost 10 years. Then decided to come back to India. I came back. I did an MBA program. Post that, joined the British High Commission. I was the Deputy Head of Commission and Head of Trade and Investment for the UK High Commission in Hyderabad. Right. Then joined KPMG as a director, then PwC as an executive director, and then left that brief stint with World Bank for a short duration as one of their projects, and then started my own venture. So that's been my journey so far. And Roms and Raks is now taking up a large chunk along with my wife. She's a partner in that business. So that's all.
So what made you, from your entire background of consulting and a lot of things before that, what made you choose pet category as a, practice or trade where you would like to come in?
So pet as a segment, we pet lovers as a family. Right. From childhood we always had pets. But I think the transformation happened. In Kerala, we always had pets outside the house. Okay. Very rarely did when pets came into the house. Mother was totally against it. But then I used to sneak them in and then bring them into the house. As we came into cities and it became apartments, so the whole wife was very hesitant initially. But then we had a lab, Oscar, 2017 he passed away because of cancer. So he was only 5 years old at that point in time. 2012 was when we got him. 2017 is when he came in, and 2022 he passed away. So that was a time frame when I think it devastated the entire family, not just me, but our entire wider family. Whoever has met Oscar got to know about the news and they're pretty upset. And then my wife started supporting one of the initiatives at that point of time. We were in Hyderabad, and she also supporting one of the initiatives to help one segment of the association or a group that helped dogs and shelter dogs. Then we got connected with Ronnie and Tarun, two common friends, and we thought this is brilliant and that we are actually able to work in that space, which we can make that as our primary living.
So Oscar inspired yours.
I think Oscar is a primary reason why one was a driver for us to actually be a part of it. And we've always, whenever we had Oscar, when we took him to Kerala at that point, we used to drive down to Bangalore, back from Bangalore to Kerala. The services were, very mediocre. Grooming group parlors were very few numbers, very disorganized at that point of time. Right. And food options were very limited. You were mentioning that it started there. So it's in 2014, would have been a very early days of actually somebody.
Yeah, people didn't know that pet could be family.
Pet could be family, right? So that's a very, very different scenario. I think that's when a lot of companies started coming into the space and started making it easier for people to actually own pets, take care of them in a healthy way. And we are a responsible pet parent. I think that's a very important factor, right? To be responsible for the child that you have to go through. So I think that's inspired us to be a part of this journey. I do some consulting work as well. It's still there. But of course, this is definitely a driver for us.
So you've had a pet and you lost one, and that's when you started your journey into the pet care segment. Interestingly, I have never had a pet in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, whenever someone asks me that what made me start into the category, I think the lack of having a pet is also a driver.
Mm-hmm.
And for a very brief period in my life, I think that was back in college, I tried getting a dog home. I got him home. He stayed with us starting for 2 days. I named him Frodo. And after 2 days, my parents gave up. They said that he cannot stay in the house, and obviously then I had to give Frodo to a friend. Frodo stayed there, but that is what made me feel that actually the emotion that people feel toward pets are equivalent to what they would feel towards a baby or towards any other human.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely it is. And the day, so for example, when they're not there, for example, now we have two pets at home, Benji and Sakura. So Benji is a 6-month-old golden retriever and Sakura is a 8-month-old Shih Tzu. So when they're not there at home, the house just feels silent.
Yeah.
And it just feels like there's nothing to do. So, but the moment they're back home, then everything is just back in shape. So they are pretty naughty because they're very young.
Yeah.
But still, that's what keeps us, keeps us happy and keeps up the mojo of the house.
So yeah, so that's what I was coming to, that people actually, I think these emotions people have always felt, they were not as widely accepted back in the day when actually we started Pet Fed. At that point in time, keeping a pet was still a taboo. And now the category has changed altogether. People now, they don't consider keeping pet taboo.
Yeah,
and
flying as well.
Yeah. And with the whole concept of double income, no kids, pets are the thing now. And eventually I feel that companionship is important in any form, right? Be it a partner, be it a child, or be it a pet. You need someone to share your life with, to share your feelings with, and pets play a crucial part there.
Yeah, they're there. Any time of the day you walk in,
Yeah.
they're there at the door. They're just there to welcome you. And I think it's a brilliant feeling walking in to see that both of them are just waiting to just, walk along with you and play with you. Whatever time you walk in. So, and unconditional love, right? I think that's what people are looking for.
And here's an interesting question. So, had you not started Roms and Raks, your journey with Roms and Raks, tell us, that one gap that you feel is there in the category that you might have addressed?
The pet segment?
In the pet segment.
Well, I think one of the things which we were discussing recently with Arun was, I believe that pet experiential centers should be there in every city.
Okay.
Not because of anything else. That would help people choose whether they want to have a pet. Because the experience that, so you can go any number of times, you spend time with the pet, you understand what the challenges are. As a result of which, for example, Bangalore has got a large issue of pets being abandoned on the streets, right? I think you can definitely avoid that. I think that the gap of
knowledge and
information as to what exactly it entails to being a pet parent is, once you take the dog in, then you suddenly realize that it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to be that sort of commitment, right? That you're taking out. But then the fun part is there, the responsibility part of it is also there. So I think you should definitely try and see how to, let people know what are the challenges and be able to fill that gap which they currently have, and then they'll make a conscious decision. And as a result of which, I think abandonments will be, pets being abandoned will be less.
Correct. And I think that the primary reason behind this is either lack of knowledge or the taboo around the fact whether to adopt a pet or to buy one.
Correct.
There's no right answer or wrong answer to this. And we see a lot of times that people who actually are animal advocates, who promote the adoption of dogs, may have also bought a dog at some point in their life.
Correct.
Right? I think that the reason why such experience stores are not there in India right now is because that this is still a very large unaddressed issue that neither the government bodies nor the people in the trade are making a conscious efforts toward. I think if we can address this challenge as to have someone tell us what's right. If you say that, okay, selling dogs is wrong, that's unethical, then ban it.
Correct.
If you say that, okay, no, it's not wrong, but ethical breeding is, then tell us what ethical breeding is and let the trade people do
and enforce that.
Correct. And I think that is exactly what will fulfill the gap in knowledge, because I've heard this from a lot of people that a pet parent, before they get a pet home, be it a store bought or an adopted, they should know what it entails, both from a responsibility and from the fun side.
And for example, a lot of them might be allergic to pet hair, right? So you never know that. So that kind of issues can be avoided if you actually experience.
Correct. And but because it happens under the wraps, because selling a pet is still not considered a legal or an ethical business to do, so it happens in the wrap, and that's why I think there's lack of knowledge. Had it been a proper platform where one could vet the family also, where the dog is going, where the pet is going, I think that gap can be bridged.
For example, if you look at countries like in various countries in Europe, you can see large kennels, very well kept.
Correct.
Very well maintained, highly ethical kennels in many of these countries.
And that leads to lesser abandonment.
You select the right dog that fits into your family. For example, if there's dogs breeds which don't have a lot of shedding, is there a way to look at that?
Correct.
And then families bring that in, so then problems will be lesser, I think, over a period of time.
In fact, I remember this time when I went to Raks. And there's this program that they have called the Good Dog Citizen Program. The way, when we were in school, we were taught Adarsh Balak, right, in the books, that what it is to be an ideal citizen.
Correct.
Similarly, they have a program which teaches you and your pet how to be an ideal dog, how to be a good dog citizen. As to when you're taking your dog out, what are the things that you should keep in mind and what are the things that your dog should know. And because that is inculcated so well, there are no issues of dog bites happening, there are no issues of abandonment happening, and vice versa. In a country like India, we read daily in the newspapers. In fact, in Delhi, it was such a big fiasco that the court had ordered for all the stray dogs to be to put in shelters.
Yeah. So I think responsible parenting is something which we should try and see.
Yeah, responsible parenting, and then that only comes from education, right? Because
exposure to things, right, includes, for example, even foods, right? We never thought certain foods could be bad for dogs, so we never knew about it. But now that we know about it, we avoid those foods.
At least we should talk about it, right?
Correct. So
and let people make their decision.
Abandonment is definitely a big issue, and Bangalore has seen its own share of that in many ways. So
I think post-COVID was a time when the abandonment also peaked.
That's how we took Oscar as well. Somebody had got him, and then they didn't want to keep him at home. So then we took him home. And that's how he was with us.
So Arun, tell us, this year you're the title sponsors for Fed Bengaluru.
Right.
What are your plans for the community? What can the members of the community expect different from you guys?
No, we're actually very excited to be a part of Fed because, again, in India, one of the largest events is being done by you guys. We're happy to be associated, especially in Bangalore. That's where we're growing as well, so important for us. I think what we are excited is two fronts. One is for us to showcase ourselves to the community out there, and it's a growing community and very demanding community as well. So we want to showcase what we offer as part of our product, services, grooming, all this stuff. That's very important for us. And the other is was talking to Ronnie and Tarun the other day. We were saying there's a lot of innovation happening in this space as well, right? People coming up with wide range of products and services and how else to reach out to customers. So for us, it's actually good learning as well. When we are part of this community out there, then we are trying to see what else is being done. There are other brands coming up with some very cool products, for example.
Right.
As I said, one of the products that we import is in the initial protection, which has got specific food for white dogs, red dogs.
Yeah, that's
and a lot of research done by Kika to get that product, to get the allergens out, to get the ingredients out, which is cost sustaining. So for us, that was pretty cool. Actually, we're looking forward to more interesting.
I think the community would also love to hear about product like this. Like I personally had not heard of this. That a food for white dogs.
Right. And worms being used. So, for example, they have hypoallergenic food which
Right.
is being manufactured with or being made with food worms, right? And that apparently is high protein and
absolutely.
and very the possibilities of any allergies being.
And actually, I think the worm meat is not something that
Yeah, so but that's something which is cool. So we are looking forward to, and in India, there are a lot of companies doing brilliant work in that
Right.
space and brilliant thoughts in various new toys or gadgets that come out, and people are willing to spend that time and effort to actually. So this is definitely a
people will see a lot of new products. Something
of course, yes, and we are the XC as well as to what's happening in the sector.
So, Arun, you've been working in data and technology before, obviously, your journey with Raks. So, tell us how that knowledge has impacted or is impacting the community here, and what are the changes that you're trying to make for the community in the pet space?
Right. No, we're very aware of the fact that robust data system is absolutely important, and the old models of generative AI that you have, frequently asked questions, FAQs being generated, videos, audio systems. I think that's being now changed to more of a different model where AI uses the data that is available or the techniques that are available to actually make live decisions as we speak, right? I don't know if there's, at least in my limited knowledge, I've not seen any company that has made that leap yet in the tech space. But we believe, we're constantly aware that change is constantly happening and that we're missing out on some element of reaching out to the customer. So two things I think we focusing is one, personalization of the care that we are providing. How can we use the data and the services that we're offering to personalize it through a particular pet parent and make the person feel that this is a customized package for them, customized service for them. And the other is the sales part of it, right? So that's where the data again comes into play. So we're also working with a couple of companies in this space to put together a technology platform which will help us keep up to speed with some of the trends that are happening in the space. As of yet, I don't think we've yet mastered it or we've even actually have the ability to say that we've done it. But then we are in the process, and we will definitely over the next 6 months be integrating that into part of our model. Because it's not just about automating certain things or I think that has to be now integrated into your process. Change your process, change your methodology of doing certain things to actually be able to be more effective.
Right. So I think implementing technology to make a certain process easier is something that we've been doing for a long time.
Yeah, we have.
But what I would actually like to see in the pet space is that if brands like yours or ours can actually use certain technology to understand what are the gaps in the market, because currently what we think is a gap or is something that is not being fulfilled is from a very subjective point of view, and this technically what the market feels can be a lot different. So, like you said, that you guys are bringing a food which is for dogs with white fur or red fur. So, is that something that people actually need? I think with brands like yours who have consumer access, where you have thousands of consumers, pet parents walking into your store, if we can get these sort of insights also from the brand, from the consumers, that will be a game changer, because that would make you have that access to actually what a consumer wants.
Sure.
Like I recently saw that probiotics for pets have suddenly picked up.
Very true. In fact, we have used it as well recently at home for our pet.
And I hadn't heard of that at all, and I could never bring myself to imagine that people would actually be indulging in probiotic for pets. But so that's what happens, that an individual can think from a very subjective point of view, but when you have the opinion of a community at large, and if you have some tech, some platform to actually collect that data, that can drive your change.
Yeah. Collect the data, ask the right questions to that to be able to get that answer, right? As to what is, as you said, is it actually required, right? or is there a better way to do it, or any other sector other than the pet sector actually done very effectively? So to learn, there's a constant fear, right? That are you missing out, or is any other sector done something very effectively with differently, and pet sector has not done? Probiotics, for example, for humans it was, we've always knew that probiotics was good, and so we started using it. Now it's actually come into the system for dogs, and now it's easily available through capsules or powders that you can add onto the food, and the dogs or cats can consume, right? So if there is any learning that's happening in other sectors, that is something which we have to look out for as well, because that could be a scenario where we could adopt some of those methodologies and techniques to be able to incorporate it into the pet segment. I'm sure there are enough players in the market who are constantly looking at it as well. So we are also looking at it from our own perspective, and we hope to take the first step very soon.
Super. And okay, so let's talk about something beyond pet space as well. You know, what are your personal hobbies? What keeps you excited apart from obviously your pet and the work that you do?
Yeah, I think I have two things which I like to do. One is I'm a fitness enthusiast, so I wouldn't want to keep myself active in some form or shape.
That's very important.
Yeah, so that is something which I like to do, and I have to keep that. I've been doing that for many years of my life. The other is actually one of the things which I did not do when I was a child, and which I'm trying to do now, is to read more books. Because books, I believe, and travel are the two things which will expose you to experiences of the world, right? That's the only way that you can experience a lot of things. You cannot be there and experience everything yourself, but you can, through somebody else's view, or experience a certain place or a certain experience that you can conceptualize in your own life. So I think books is something which I'm actively into these days. At least I try and read for some time every day.
You're able to find time to manage your fitness journey, work?
Yeah, time is not a problem. I think if you're really committed to it, the time will be there. If you can, even if it is an hour before you sleep, you can commit yourself to that and read that. Which is in a way, it helps in many ways. So, because I said that's the only way to experience the world is to through books, or if to travel. So these days, these two things will give you some level of exposure.
Interesting. And tell us, if you could compare launching a startup to raising a pet, what are the similarities that you would draw?
I think one word which captures both is nurturing, right? So,
yeah, 100%.
Both for a pet who's Benji, for example, who's now 6 months old in our house, and let's say a startup that we have started as well, both needs to be nurtured in every form and shape, right? And it is a responsibility that we've taken up, and we enjoy doing both, right? So enjoyment is there from both.
Yeah.
So the success that comes out of it in just spending time with our little pup is brilliant, mind-blowing feeling. And when we grow and start doing something, even if it is a small step, we take the small step. It is a mind-blowing feeling as well. Yes, the failures also. When pup falls sick, you are upset as well, and there are bad days in the business as well, which is also a part of the learning. But I think that's where the exposure, as I said, the books and the exposure that you get out of it gives you a bigger picture out of it, and not look at it as a very short-term view.
Correct.
Take one day at a time. But
I think for me that word would be persistence.
Yes, absolutely.
I felt that there are a lot of young people who feel that success will come to them in a month's or a year's time. That practically never happens. It takes years and years of commitment and doing the same thing again and again to actually reach the goal that you want. And then I think that's very similar to raising a pet as well. Like, say for example, if you're trying to teach your dog a new shift.
Just to PPAD training.
Correct. So doing that for a day or a week will not help. You have to be persistent, and if you are,
absolutely. So you have to be persistent in the journey, whatever that be. And at some point of time, I think I read this somewhere as well. People were saying that it's your persistence which will give you the success, right? There are brilliant ideas out there, okay, but the idea that you chose is now yours, right? So there might be some other idea which is big, brilliant success out there, but you've chosen an idea. Now, for that idea to be successful, you have to be persistent at it. Right? Just love it, enjoy that because the reason why you selected it because you love this space.
Correct.
So then enjoy the time that you want to spend doing it, and I think success will happen.
That is what a lot of people tend to lose out on the way, that success doesn't come overnight.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
How long has it been for Roms and Raks?
2018 is when they started, right? So 7 years now.
7 years.
7 years.
And still growing.
Still growing. Still growing, and we have got many things to do.
Yeah.
So, but then we are at it. So, some point of time, it will happen.
Cool. So that brings me to our last question. Any upcoming innovations, new things that you're doing that you would like to share with the audience?
See, one is on the experience part of it, which we hope to have experience centers opened up across the country.
By any chance, are you planning that in your stores in Bangalore or no?
We are. In fact, the space is sometimes a constraint for some of these things, right? But then we are looking at definitely one in Bangalore, and in Kerala as well. We'll have few of them opened up where we have people come and experience the happiness of being with the parent. And on the tech side, as I said, we are working with a couple of companies to integrate some of the services, which should bring in some level of innovation in our ability to reach out to customers and to give personalized care. So, believe that a pet parent should have a personalized package or a care which he or she should then look at it and say that, okay, this is good for my dog.
Yeah.
We understand that.
I think the feel-good factor that a pet parent has when they walk into a store and the attendant knows everything about the pet.
Right.
Is something
one-stop solution, and that helps a responsible parenting as well, which I think is important in the entire journey of the pet and the parent.
True.
So hopefully we will come up with something very soon.
Super. So I think that's to the podcast.
Hi, this is Arun from Rooms and Raks. You can check out this podcast in the link, and look forward to seeing you all at the Fed Bengaluru.